If you love talking Lego, then this video will most likely be for you because today I put a very interesting list together. It's my top 10 Lego sets under $100, basically at the $100 range, just because that's a common price hold slash threshold that the Lego group uses for sets. So I'm not going to account for sets on discounts because that's kind of like a different ball game, right? You can find essentially like maybe a $140 to $150 set for $100 on discount. No, we're going to talk about retail price points in today and my best 10 sets that I think are going to make it on that list. So starting with number one, hitting the subscribe button. Just kidding. Number one, guys, we have the Mandalorian Fang Fighter versus TIE Interceptor. I'm just making myself laugh today. We have the Mandalorian Fang Fighter versus TIE Interceptor. I bought this absolute day one set. I paid $100 for it, and I really justified the $100 spent on this. And when I spent $100 on a Lego set, I think, what else could I have spent that $100 for? Like, what other set would have been more enjoyable? And I really thought about this list pretty heavily, so bear with me as we get through it. This one for me has to be, one of the top ones, just because for $100 you get basically two sets. You get the Mandalorian Fang Fighter, and you also get the TIE Interceptor. So essentially, this is like a pretty win-win situation, with two kids, because you get two sets basically on separate instructions, and I think that's like the big difference. Like a lot of sets, it's like, okay, there's two ships in it. No, this one is like almost designed for like a two-person or like a date night, Star Wars date night or something. So I think this is such a unique set just because of that. It comes with, good minifigs, right? It comes with Mandalorian, right? A TIE fighter pilot and, the OG Mando. And then, of course, a droid. So 4 minifigs, not crazy in the minifigs in a sense, but having an instruction booklet A for the Fang Fighter and then an instruction booklet B for the Fang Fighter. It's almost saying, like, two people build this and then battle it out. So I think that was really interesting and a very good concept Lego did. I would absolutely love to see Lego continue to do something like this in the future. I think this is a for sure win in that aspect. So definitely well spent there. The next one is the TRex Breakout. I think this is another set is super justifiable for spending $100 on Lego. I love Jurassic World, just in general, Jurassic Park, the OGs, right? The vans, I think, are super well executed. I could never make one this detailed. They look really good. They're super detailed. The color, the green color, the like box shape around them, the dark red rooftops. It really illustrates the movie's Jeeps quite well and interesting. And then, of course, this one's a little bit different in the aspect of it has a buildable T-Rex. So something we really haven't really seen too much of. I know they had a ginormous T-Rex on the Jurassic World gate. That was a buildable T-Rex, but that was just super massive. Nothing to this scale. This is more like a diorama, or you could put this on your desk or something, in that assortment. But it also has the Jeep flipped over, right, and the minifigs crawling out. So from the original Jurassic Park, I believe it was the original. So very iconic scene. Definitely $100 well spent. Comes with a good assortments of minifigs from the OG. So it was. So one thing I'm gonna knock it is the box art, right? I'm not a crazy fan of the black box art, but I guess that goes for like all modern day sets, right? So that's not a good judgment, but it does look good, accomplishes the job. I love the gate being crushed open by the T-Rex. So another good one. Moving on, we have the Galaxy Explorer from the 90 Years of Play from the Lego Group. This one we've seen often at clearance at like $50 from Walmart. Regardless of that price point, I think even at $100, this set is extremely enjoyable. I built this set probably almost a year ago, and I got it for a well discounted price. The one I actually built, I think I paid like $75 for it, so it still was up there in price. But even I said after building that, I would pay $100 for this set, no questions asked. It was super enjoyable. It had playability built into it. It's an iconic spaceship, like from the classic space. It comes with 4 Benny minifigs, 2 white ones and 2 red ones. It was an enjoyable build. It's super sleek. It's tiled off around the edges. It opens up and has like a rover that comes out with the playability function. The like pilot section opens up and you can place minifigs in there. It's just something you want to spend $100 on, in the sense that it looks great on display. Kids would love it because it's got playability built into it. It's astronauts, it's space, great set. So I'm a big supporter of that one. But another one that we should talk about is the Medieval Castle. these 3-in-1 sets are truthfully, as I get older, a really good value. They offer 3 instruction booklets to build this set in 3 different ways. And essentially, this main build here is quite cool, right? It's the, medieval castle, and then it has a couple other builds as well, but this one, in a sense, is I love it. For spending $100, you get a pretty wide-scale playability medieval castle, and it does come with a couple castle minifigs, right? Like you get, I believe it's only 2, and this one he kind of looks like a pirate. I'm just saying, not really on the castle line, but only 3 minifigs, and then it does come with a buildable dragon. But here's another way of here's another way of displaying and building this castle. Just kind of like a long, elongated castle, like kind of a like one watchtower type thing. So buying a couple of these sets, I think, would be pretty iconic. So, oh my gosh, it's good. It's for $100. I think it's a great castle playset. It's like, do you get 4 of these, or do you buy the $400 castle? And it's hard to justify, right? I might have to do a video on that in the future. Hint, hint. Justifying spending 400 or buying 400 of these medieval castles, or 4 of these medieval classes. So really good price point at this, even at 3 minifigs. It's pretty good stuff there. So definitely on the list. Next one that might surprise you. I think it's under $100, right? It's at the $80 threshold, so under $100. But at $80, fitting into that category, I don't care about the MIDI dolls, right? I'm just talking about the build. We really haven't seen LEGO designate an entire set, like a really detailed set, to a garden. And I think the LEGO Friends line, new for this year in 2023, offered a really interesting botanical garden. They really captured it well. It even has like little display stands, like saying, this is this, this is that, this is this. It's cool. It's so cool. I can't justify the building experience just because I haven't built it. But it looks so detailed, many little details, and it just, overall, it looks fantastic. So I would love to get this. I love that it has, like, all glass on it, so you could build this thing up and, like, make it kind of like a modular style build. So it definitely makes it on the list. I know it's probably not going to be a fan favorite one, just because it's part of the Friends theme, but I really like the direction Friends is going, so I really had to throw that one in there. The next one is the Winnie the Pooh. It's part of the LEGO Ideas line. Again, I don't have this one. I'm talking about it nonstop on this channel lately, but I am going to pick this up and add it to my collection, build the heck out of it, and place it into my LEGO city. So I'm visioning it. It offers so many details, but 5 exclusive minifigs being, of course, from Winnie the Pooh. This is going to fit so well into my LEGO city. It just offers that completely uniqueness in the aspect of LEGO. So really excited to add this one. I can't say a whole lot right not building it, but judging from different people's experiences, I think this is a very well high up set on that list. The next one we are going to talk about is Boba Fett's throne room. This one might surprise you, however. For $100, you are getting quite the assortment of Star Wars minifigs, and judging this from the TIE Fighter, the TIE Interceptor versus Fang Fighter set, this one comes with dang near double the minifigs, right? There's 7. I gotta count 7 minifigs, and I think that's a lot, right? Especially being in the Star Wars line. Of course, this was a pretty sweet scene from the Boba Fett show, this being the throne room. But anyways, it's a pretty detailed mock of, just a scene of him being on his throne. But essentially, the minifigs are like the high ticket item out of this set. The build is, pretty good as well. But for me, I loved pulling out the minifigs. They were really good. Here's a better image of them. They were really good. I was quite satisfied with them. So spending the $100 to get 7 Star Wars, like really detailed Star Wars minifigs, I thought was money well spent. So that's why I'm putting up on the list, and not to take this away, but even at the $100 threshold. But this one is often found discounted as well. So just a hint there. Next up, we have the Holiday Main Street. If you're spending $100 and you don't come across a holiday set, we should be concerned. This is, to me, probably one of the best buys, especially for the holiday themes. It's, it comes with 2 buildings, a trolley tram, an assortment of minifigs, has a Christmas tree, and then like an iconic clock on Main Street, right? The buildings themselves look really good. So definitely well valued set at $100. I was really shocked to see LEGO place this at $100. They've been really consistent with keeping all the Winter Village sets at $100, but last year I was extremely shocked seeing him keep consistent. Not in a bad way, but I was thrilled because This set to me is amazing, especially at 1,500 pieces. It's a bang for your buck, right? Like you could buy a few of these and do like so much with all the different pieces. And then of course it has a train, drew my attention. But this is definitely one I don't own just yet, but I will be buying it. I've seen the trolley in person multiple times, and I definitely have to have that in my collection. Anyways, jumping to the next one, we have the White House in at $100. I'm not a huge architecture fan, but I've spoken to a lot of people about this set, and I thought it was very interesting. And I told you at the beginning of today's video, this is going to be an interesting list, and here's why. I've incorporated sets that I would just completely blow over, but I'm really broadening my interest here and like speaking to the crowd because this is an interesting set. It's the White House, right, in Washington D.C., United States of America. It's massive. It's like extremely large, and I think it's a very well valued set. It comes with 1,483 pieces. I know it's a micro scale build, but it's a pretty well, defined version of, the White House. But it's kind of like modularized in the sense that you could pull off the wings of the White House and you can kind of display it in different ways. I don't know. I thought it was really interesting. I've seen it in person and stuff, and spoke with many people that do own it. So like, I've heard nothing but good things in the building experience and stuff, so I definitely thought it was worthwhile and out of my realm of Lego building, but this one definitely makes it onto the list. So definitely check that one out. We have one that I have not built yet because it's still available for pre-order. It's Mr. Oz's Space Bus, but I think this is such a good value set. It's hard to say like how do you value this, right? How do you value? That's why I put a bonus set maybe. That's why I had a bonus set, right? But how do you value this, right? It looks incredible, and the reason I'm putting this on here is because the Lego Dreams show was so good. I really enjoyed it that I know I'm gonna love this set. I know it. I'm putting my full faith into it, and it comes with so many iconic minifigs from the show that it's money well spent in my eyes. Paying $100 for this, I will definitely be buying the Dreams Waves probably day one, just because I'm extremely excited. I enjoyed the show, and I want to build the sets. So. Really excited for it, and I want to show my support to the LEGO group for, staying with a classic theme and, of course, doing so well with it. But I think it's money well spent. I'm really excited to build this, and of course, we'll do a review at that point in time when this does become available. But $100, I will definitely pay for it. It says 2 minifigs. I know it says 2 minifigs, but it definitely comes with all these miniature minifigs. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 little mini guys. So really cool stuff. Anyways. That gives us our bonus set. This kind of reminds me, I have not built this yet either, but I'm a huge Ninjago fan. But it reminds me of the set of the Fang Fighter and the TIE Interceptor. Not in so much as the scale-wise. The Star Wars one is a lot better, I would say, just because you have like almost equal value ships, right? Like they're almost equal size. So this is a little bit different. One mech is significantly larger than the other, but I think it's a step towards like having 2 different mechs in a set. Where like Lego, like you could have 2 kids, one can build one and one can build the other. So that's kind of why I incorporated this one. It does have a retail price of $80. I will be buying and building it because I love Ninjago Mechs. I always preach about them, and a Ninjago Mech was going to make it on this list no matter what. So I thought I'd step out and incorporate this one just because it is so different. And I like that he is like standing on stilts. It's really cool. A good minifigs. I'm a Ninjago fan, so of course there's good minifigs. But we'll be building this on the channel and reviewing it and comparing it to other mechs. But in the sense, this is, I would say, a good value just because you have one mech versus another, which is pretty cool. You get an assortment of bad guy minifigs and good guy minifigs. If you're a Ninjago fan, you'll know those characters. But anyways, guys, that's going to wrap it up. I hope you enjoyed today's video on my top 10 Lego sets valued and under $100. Very interesting and kind of a unique list, different, stepping out of my realm a little bit and kind of incorporating different Lego themes. If you enjoyed it, let me know in the comments below. Let me know your top 10 Lego sets under $100. And as always, guys, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to hit that subscribe button, like this video, and we'll see you in the next one. Love y'all. Hope you have an amazing rest of the day. I'm Krista from Stud City. Peace out.